Well, I can't speak for players. I know it frustrates the heck out of us because we see screenshots of people and we're just like, oh, that breaks my heart. The game looks like that. We've got to fix that. So it's frustrating to see, and yeah, it needs to be fixed.
And hello everybody. Over the last few weeks, one topic has dominated the train sim world community, the issue of blurry textures. Players have been voicing their frustration across forums, Discord and social media, and today I wanted to take a fair look at how Dovetail have responded. In their latest 2.5-hour stream, the team spoke openly about what's been causing the problem, how they feel about it, and what's being done to fix it. But with such a long broadcast, it's easy for these key points to get buried, so I've taken the most relevant sections to show you exactly what they said.
The blur textures, they've been around for a while, and I think it is fair to say they have kind of been creeping up in how often we've seen them being flagged by players in feedback threads in the community. And when they first appeared, we obviously talked about them being something that we were looking into, we were investigating, we were trying to understand. It's just that isn't a quick process. And I think as Matt alluded to, we've done initial sets of investigations and found ways to improve it. And again, we've talked about memory saving as a way of doing that, but it's not necessarily the full picture. And we found possible areas that we can investigate further. And it's difficult because I completely understand with the community that this has been an issue around for some time now, and the kind of TSW4 to TSW5 era, and it's still here. So why, the obvious question is, if you were focusing on it enough, you would have fixed it. But that's not always the case. It's not always the case that the more time you put in, the quicker it gets done. We've still got to do those investigations and make sure that we're not always like dropping the ball on other improvements to be made. But we hear you. It's still a key issue. It's still something that we understand that when we go to our weekly check-ins about what is the community talking about and what can we fix, blurred textures remains the number one topic. It remains one of the few topics that always sits on top of our list about where are we up to with this, how are we doing with our development on this. So I think I've seen a lot of the comments in the feedback threads, and I know the people in the forums, and I know the people in the Discords as well. They want to know where we're up to. I hope Matt's kind of description there gives an explanation of where we're at. Essentially just that we have found some things that we can look into, some things more than others. We found some areas of memory saving and optimization we can potentially do, and we're still looking at that. If we found a solution, like a silver bullet that says, yes, that completely fixes the memory or the texture blurring on like a specific route, we would implement that, and we would start implementing that for wherever it comes up. We just haven't found that quite so yet, and it's not maybe as easy as just a single solution to fix everything. But it is still extremely high priority, and I appreciate all the community having patience on this when it's something that has existed for some time, because the last thing you want to do is get a new logo, you can't wait to see all the details, and it's hard to see. But we understand it. We're just working as hard as we can, and we'll let you know when we get more details on it. And hopefully it is a case of optimization that helps improve the memory there. But I'll let Matt do the kind of dev speak rather than me butchering it. So any final bits on blur textures before we move over to the next topic, Matt?
I just to reiterate that it's absolutely top of the lists that we're looking at. Sometimes you do almost need to step away from it and wait till you get inspiration. Sort of, like, what other way can we try attacking this? There are no tools that really help you with this kind of thing. It is a brute force issue, unfortunately. So we are we're keeping to look at it, and that's why we found this thing with the map. We will keep trying to look at it, and because it's amazing. Says, I bet this frustrates Dovetail as much as players. Well, I can't speak for players. I know it frustrates the heck out of us because we see screenshots of people and we're just like, oh, that breaks my heart. The game looks like that. We've got to fix that. So it's frustrating to see, and it needs to be fixed. So I just want to make sure everybody appreciates that we're not ignoring the issue, and we are making it something we're looking at very urgently.
I think that's one of the most honest moments we've seen from Train SimWorld. You can hear the frustration in their voices. They're clearly not happy with how the visuals have turned out either, but what stands out is that they're not ignoring the issue. They've acknowledged the problem publicly, explained why it's happening, and they've confirmed that they are actively working on improvements. For players, that's encouraging to hear. It's not a quick fix, but it's a genuine response, and that honesty deserves some recognition. I'll keep an eye on future updates and show you the changes once they go live, so we can see just how much progress has been made. If you found this useful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.